What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez. I'm back with another MLB player prop video for you. Today's Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We'll kick things off by recapping our plays from yesterday. I'll share with you two of my Taco Tuesday slips as well. And then we'll dive into the Prizepicks board. I have 3 plays over there. And I do want to share a few that I like that I'm eyeing on Underdog as well. So if all that sounds good, stick around, drop a like, sub up, click the notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and the channel. And without further delay, let's get into those plays and slips from yesterday. All right, 2-1 on the day. Ryan, the Yoda Noda, fortune telling ass, didn't do anything yesterday. 0 for 4 looking ass. We needed 1 hit from him yesterday. He didn't do anything. So really was the only loss we had out of our 3 picks. Took the under. Lambert, 3.5 strikeouts, goes under that. You could have taken the under on his 3 once it got dropped down, because he only finished with 2 strikeouts. So you would have won that one. And then we did take the under on the Savali Alcantara combo prop. 11.5 strikeouts. We took the under. They ended the game combined 9 strikeouts. So overall 2-1 on the day. We'll keep taking these 2-1 days until we sweep the board. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a winning day. We move on. Let me share with you 2 slips that I built out yesterday using 2 tacos. 2 tacos, Dean Kramer and the Kalia Copper picks. Both did pretty well. I mean, we were off by 1. Ryan, the Yoda Noda, 0 for 4 looking ass, really cost us in that 6-pick flex. That would have gotten us a payout of $250. We ended with 20 because we 2x'd it. And then with the Kalia Copper, I took the Joey Weimer 0.5 total base prop, and that was the one that stopped us from having a $600 profit over there. The reason I didn't play the Lambert play in these slips is by the time I got to making the taco slips, it had dropped down to 3, and I personally made a decision to stay away from it at 3. Hindsight, had I played it at 3, I would have won both of those slips. So, you know, you don't get mad about profit, but it does kind of piss you off a little bit. If Ryan Noda just comes through like we needed him to, then we're sitting nice. We're sitting nice. So anyway, 2 taco slips built out yesterday using 2 of the 3 plays we talked about. Both of them did fairly well. Let's move on to a new day with new picks to talk about. We'll transition over to the Prizepicks board and start breaking a few of these down. Okay, over on the Prizepicks dashboard, I got 3 plays pulled up, and we'll talk a little bit about 3 plays that I like on the Underdog dashboard as well after these. So if you got what you want, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to stick around and listen to me break these down, then go ahead and do that. We're going to start right at the top and work our way down. Let's start with Kyle Gibson, strikeout prop sitting at 5.0. I like the over on this one, taking on the White Sox today. Let's head over to props.cash and break this down. Okay, we had some success with an Orioles pitcher yesterday in Dean Kramer. We're going with Kyle Gibson today. Let's take a look at his numbers over his last 10 at home, averaging 5.4 strikeouts. He does have 3 games where he's cleared that 5.5 line, or 5 line actually, over on Prizepicks. He has 2 pushes, but then he also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games where he didn't even sniff 5. So mixed results here. Facing a White Sox team that is top 10 in the league at whiffs versus righties, 23.6 whiff rate on the year. Gibson is a .85 strikeout per inning guy. He is averaging over the last 10 home games. I mean, he's averaging 17 outs. That's almost 6 innings. That's, you know, 5 2/3 innings. 1 more out gives him 6. If he's a, you know, .85 K per inning guy, we would like him to go 6+ innings today. But being that he is facing a White Sox team that strikes out a lot to right-handed pitching, he may not need to go 6+ innings today. He may be able to get us 5-6 strikeouts in the first 5 innings. So a lot of upside here for him. Looking at what he's done in terms of just runs allowed, he does have games where he gets hit up. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 5. But in those games, in terms of runs allowed, he is staying in a couple of those games and getting you 5. So in the worst case scenario, I think we get a push here. Obviously, push is not what we aim for, but I mean, it's better than a loss, and it keeps your slips alive for the profit. So, I just like the upside here. I like him to take advantage of a White Sox team that's striking out a lot, and we're just gonna roll with that. First play of the day, we're going over 5.0 pitcher Ks for Kyle Gibson. All right, working our way down the line here. Corey Seager, 8.0 hitter fantasy score. I like the over on this one. We're heading over to props.cash so we can talk about it. All right, Seager's last 10 games on the road. Let's take a look at these first before we dive into lefty versus righty matchup for him. Averaging 2.7 hits, runs, and RBIs over his last 10 on the road. Has 2 homers in that frame. And then in terms of Ks, not quite striking out 1 per game, which is great. We want him to put the ball in play. Good things happen when you put the ball in play. Nothing happens when you strike out. Stolen base upside, not high upside, but it's possible. 1.3 hits per game over his last 10 as well. So a lot of games where he's got multiple hits. Just in a good spot today. Facing a pitcher, no history between him and Denny Rez, but lefty versus righty. Let's take a look at that. On the season, Seager versus right-handed pitching, 349 batting average, 17 homers, 25 doubles, 40 singles. So lefty versus righty for Seager does him right. Then on the other side, in limited plate appearances, we have a righty pitcher versus lefty batters, 364 batting average, only 27 plate appearances. So not a whole lot of stock to put into this, but numbers are what they are. 6 singles and 2 doubles, no homers yet. Possible that changes today. I mean, I don't know how much, we can dig into this because the numbers speak for themselves. One of my favorite things about this prop is the odds for him to go over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. This is a really big line. Typically, we don't see this line, with high odds to go over. We see it, even odds or even odds to go under, but this is looking really good. So I think this is a good spot for Corey Seager to go over fantasy score. How does he do it? He gets on base, and then he gets on base with a single. That's 3 points. He gets driven in. That's 5 points. It may take him 2 at bats to get this done, unless he hits a home run or unless he steals a base on his first trip up. It should take him a few bats to get it done, but he should get anywhere between, let's take a look, 4 to 5 plate appearances today. Yeah. He's averaging roughly 5 plate appearances over his last 10 on the road. So plenty of opportunity, plenty of upside for Corey Seager. That's why we're taking the over 8.0 hitter fantasy score, and that's play number 2 for today. Okay, last play on Prizepicks. Zach Neal, 3.5 pitcher strikeouts. I like the under on this one. Let's head over to props.cash and break it down. Over on props.cash, not a ton of information to pull up for Zach Neal. Listen, I know he's taking on the Seattle Mariners. The numbers say that Seattle Mariners strike out second highest in the league to righties. But Seattle's been mashing the ball. Rodriguez, Teoscar, all these dudes have been mashing the ball. We got a guy pitching today who has, how many total games does he have to talk about? Less than 10. He's gone over 3 strikeouts in none of these games. He's gone over 2 strikeouts just 1 time. Today his strikeout prop is at 3.5. This will probably get bumped down to 3, and I would, even at that point, I'd take the under at 3, with the push being worst case scenario. So look, in these games he's not even pitching past the 5th inning. In all these games except for 1, he hasn't gone over 10 pitching outs. That's barely over 3 innings. That is exactly 3 innings and 1 out. He's gone over 5 innings no times. He's gone 5 innings. He hasn't gone over 5 innings. So limited outs, limited innings. He's not going to be out there for very long, meaning he has to get 4 strikeouts in limited time on the mound versus a very good Seattle offense who's hitting the ball well. It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good taking the over on this one. That's why I'm leaning, and that's why I'm taking the under. In terms of earned runs allowed, he is, capable of giving up a few of those. Does have that one game where he got blown up by Baltimore, but we don't really care about all that. We're looking for him to stay under 3.5 strikeouts. If he gets hit up a lot, if he gets hit up early, it's possible he gets pulled early, but he's already getting pulled early in these games. So he's more of like a setup man. He's more of like an opener. He's not really getting full starter innings. So with all that being said, makes me like the under on this line. 3.5 strikeouts for Zach Neal, and that's going to be our third and final play over on Prizepicks. Over here on Underdog, let me show you 3 plays that I really like. Well, 2 that I like. 2 that I really like, 1 that I like. This Austin Riley line got bumped from 2 to 2.5. I liked it at 2. I got it in a couple of slips earlier, but now it's at 2.5. You can still like it because he still needs 3 to go over 2. So technically this is still in play, but it doesn't allow you push. So if he only gets you 2, you lose that. If you didn't like the Austin Riley one, you can definitely lean towards Ozuna, who's in a good spot today. In fact, all the Braves are in a good spot today in Colorado, but Ozuna is also in a good place to go over his 2 total bases. And then Christopher Sanchez, 27.5 fantasy points. So let me just pull up the fantasy scoring chart for Underdog. It's a little different than Prizepicks. So you get the 5 points for the win. You get the 5 points for the quality start, whereas on Prizepicks you get 4 for the quality start and 6 for the win. So a little different there. Still getting the same amount of points for strikeouts and innings pitched, and then you're getting the -3 for every earned run allowed. So he's in a good spot today versus the Angels. If he can keep the run production down, he'll be in line for the quality start. Won't have too many points taken away from him, and we should expect anywhere between 4 to 6 strikeouts for Christopher Sanchez today versus the Angels. So a few plays over on Underdog that I wanted to share with you that I will be putting in a few slips. If you are interested in seeing what those slips look like, be sure to join up Free Player Prop Discord. I'll be posting those throughout the day. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video. Drop a like below. Let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays that we covered in today's video. Thank you all so much for all your support and helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Best of luck to you all should you tail any of these plays. And until tomorrow's MLB Player Prop video, Chavez is out.